Everybody, my name is Hudson, and welcome back to the Troll Patrol. This is the second time I filmed this video, and I actually just filmed about an hour and a half of content for a bunch of other videos, but I forgot to plug my microphone in. But I'm just gonna start out by apologizing. It has been like 2 weeks since we uploaded a regular video. Sorry about that. I went on vacation and then came home and got sick almost immediately. So, sorry guys. But anyways, today we're going over my controller settings in Apex Legends. So without further ado, you know how we like to keep it. Let's just get straight started. First thing I'm gonna take into is what you guys are probably most likely here for, and that is sensitivity. So, for sensitivity, I like to do per optic settings. What this means is you can pick one for ADS and one for sensitivity. Per optic settings means every single optic you can pick what setting you want. So for ×1 optic, you can pick something, but for ×2, you can pick a different sensitivity. This is good. So what I like to do is I like to keep my ×1 sight actually pretty low. Most guns that you're going to use a ×1 sight for are going to be R9 or the RE45 or just SMG guns, and they have really high recoil. So what I like to do is I'll put the ×1 on them, and with a lower sensitivity, so it's a little bit easier to kind of control. That's the wrong sight. So it's a little bit easier to control the recoil on them, in my opinion. This also helps for sometimes if they're getting away and you like wasted your nemesis ammo. The low recoil can make it so you can hit them from a good distance away a little bit better and hit all your shots a little bit better. So, like I said, I like to have my ×1 sight a little bit lower. Everything else, if you notice, I have completely the opposite. My ×2 and up are all in the 5s and 6s. Now the reason for this is because the ×5 and 6 range means you can aim down faster than gravity. What I mean by that is, if I'm shooting somebody up here, bop, 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 oh, I have to reload, pew, 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 right? And then he starts to run, but he accidentally slips and falls. If I'm aiming at him, I can lower my sight faster than he can fall. So if I'm over here and the guy jumps down, I can track him down and shoot him while he's falling. And you achieve that by having a higher than a top 5 than ×5 sensitivity, and that is good. You want to be able to aim at somebody when they shoot down. The only ones that I don't have at ×5, the ones that I have at ×6, a little bit higher, is the ×3, which is this one right here. Once again, for the same reason, but I actually use the ×3 a little bit more. I prefer this one, and I like having it a little bit faster, a little bit easier to aim. I won't always hit my shots. Sometimes I'll be a little bit off, but if you have a really soft finger, you can still aim your shots nice. You can still hit the little quick fire, like the shots, if you want to. And then for the ×10, the ×10 being, it's for the Kraber, which is, you know, my favorite gun of the game, obviously. And the Kraber, I like ×10 once again because if you're zoomed all the way in, you can aim down faster than people can fall. So if this guy jumps down here, I can track him, and then I can hit him right in the head for that critical shot, which everyone knows and loves. Alright, a couple other things I want to touch on in terms of button layouts and stuff like that. I have crouch button on toggle and aim button on hold. These are kind of your generic ones. Survival slot button, you want to have this on because your survival slot is this stuff like this. In the bottom right corner, your hold left D-pad, that's how you pull this out. And you can have this turned off, and the only way you can then use it, if you want to, is by opening your inventory and equipping it. Which can take some time, especially if it's a do or die scenario where you really need it. So, next thing we're going to look at my button settings. I do not use the default. I actually use button pusher, which makes it so my melee is O and my slide is the joystick. Now, I do this personally because it feels a little smoother to me. Especially if you melee, I like being able to aim while I melee. And when you click the melee button, you have about a second where you can turn. So if somebody's right here and I go to melee them and they move, I can turn with them and actually hit them, which I like. I like the ability to move and turn my melees around. But some people prefer it the other way around. You know, that's just a preference thing for me. But anyways, those are my controller settings for Apex Legends on the PS5. And I am your friendly 0.04% Revenant player. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you guys like the video, please consider subscribing, drop a like, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.